everybody, so it's Caroline here from Just Enjoy Yoga. If you're new here, big welcome to you. If you're a regular, welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at a restorative yoga pose. If you're not familiar with restorative yoga, basically we come into various shapes on the ground and we have support. So we use things like bolsters or bed pillows, we use blankets, we use cushions off the sofa or whatever we've got at home. We're in comfy clothing. Why do we do this? Why do we do restorative yoga? So restorative yoga is something that isn't particularly well known and it is incredibly beneficial. It's pretty accessible to most people, and all you really need is a yoga mat, or if you haven't got one you could use a blanket on the ground. You need some support, so today we're going to need a bed pillow or a bolster. The bolster is one of these little babies, so if you haven't got one of these I recommend you get one, but if you haven't got one you can use a bed pillow, or you can use a cushion from the sofa. You will be needing a blanket, so a blanket, some of the description. It's nice to have a cushion for under your head, maybe an eye pillow if you've got one handy. I don't have one handy, I'm not sure it's got, here it is. Yeah, so you can have an eye pillow on the forehead or over the eyes. And why do we do this shape? So this shape we're basically lying down, we've got a blanket underneath or across the spine, the upper spine. We have the bolster under the knees, which I'll show you in a moment, and we have a blanket over the body. We can stay here, just stay with me for a few moments, which is we're going to be doing a short one, but you could come down to this position and stay in it for like 20 minutes. If you want to set an alarm or something in case you fall asleep, feel free to do that before you come down. Why do we do this? This is a really lovely shape. So a lot of us spend quite a lot of time over at a desk. So we're driving or a laptop, or we're pushing a pram or on a bike. All of these things kind of tend to round us. So this is a really nice opportunity to open out through the chest and through the shoulders, allow those shoulders to release and relax. It's also very nice for the hips and the legs, because the legs are supported. We have a bolster underneath the knees that allows the legs to relax more deeply. It can also help to improve circulation. A lot of people report that this helps to find sleep. So if you kind of do this pose for maybe 10 minutes before you go to bed and then get into bed, often people sleep really well. So if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious, this is a really nice shape to come into. And also it kind of allows you to sort of have an awareness of your breath, which leads to kind of maybe an emotional release or a tension release. All of these things are really, really good for our body. So a lot of us are on go, 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 go mode. We're fight and flight, we're busy, busy, busy. This is an ideal opportunity to allow ourselves to settle, allow the nervous system to have a rest. And everybody deserves a rest, so never feel guilty for doing this kind of yoga. Some people feel like, oh, it's a bit lazy. It's absolutely not. If you look after yourself, you're more likely to look after other people, you're more likely to look after your family, friends, colleagues, but also the planet, the earth. You're more likely to be a kinder person, because if you're running on empty all the time, that's hard. We've all been there, yeah, it's really hard, and you get snappy, you get irritable, you end up eating not great food. So by taking some time back for yourself, it has a massive impact on the rest of your life. The ripple effect you may find is just incredible. So obviously today we're only doing one shape, we're only doing it very quickly, but if you are interested in restorative yoga, I do run a monthly class online, so you'd be welcome to ask me about that. But let's get started. So we're going to bring ourselves to the position. So you could have I'm just going to move my camera so you can see I've got my bolster now underneath my knees. This could be a bed pillow. If you haven't got a bolster, don't panic. You could have a blanket underneath the ankles, so if you want to, you could have that. You could definitely have socks on and a warm jump or something. The blanket, you'll notice, is kind of across here, across the spine. So I'm going to lie down, so it's just resting on my lower spine, upper spine. Sorry. So this is quite a narrow. Like you'll notice, it's very narrow. If you wanted to, you could roll that up. There's a bit more of a kind of sushi roll, if you like, and then that comes to just around the upper chest. I've got my head on the pillow or cushion here. Just don't have it too high. It wants to be so that there's a little space between the chin and the chest. But we don't want the head to be hanging off, but we don't want to be sort of too big a cushion either, because that will put the head in a funny position. We want it to be in a natural position. Have a blanket over the body. I'm not going to do that myself now because I'm going to come up in a moment to hold the space for you, but just have a blanket over the body. Make sure you're warm enough, because that's really important. Don't know where you are right now, but it's chilly here today. I'm raining. So yeah, find yourself some warmth. And then just let the hands rest either on the body, so maybe around the lower ribs is quite nice. If that is the case, have the elbows resting on the ground so you're not creating more tension with the shoulders. If you're like this, that's not ideal for the shoulders. So have the elbows down, hands resting down, or you could have the hands away from the body. So they're not really close, they're just a little bit away, so just allow a little bit of space around the side ribs. And that's the actual shape you're going to be in. So just allow yourself to get set up, get settled, and then we'll just take a moment or two just to be here. So, excuse me, frog in my throat. So once you're there, just take a lovely breath in through the nose and sigh out. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and sighing out. One more time, breathing in and sighing out. Good. And then just feel the body on the earth. Imagine you're lying on sand or on some soft grass. And just allow any tension just to release into the earth, finding a softness in the body. Just allowing yourself to bring the attention to the jaw. Just relax the jaw, relax the tongue. Soften around the eyes. The eyes are probably closed. And let the attention just rest around the eyes, the skin of the eyes, and the throat. Just swallow through the throat, releasing any tension there. Finding a bit of spaciousness around the heart, so just breathing into the heart space. And bring the attention down towards the belly and just allowing any tension to dissolve away from the belly. Above the belly button, below the belly button. Allow there to be a softness in the belly and the internal organs. Notice the arms a little bit heavy and the hands and fingers relaxed. Notice the legs a little bit heavy and the feet relaxed. Take a moment just to listen to your own breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel a softness with the breath. Notice an ease and flow with the breath. You're not trying to be anywhere. There's nothing to do here. You can't get this shape wrong. Just take a moment or two just to notice the stillness around you, the stillness within you. And maybe just saying to yourself, right here, right now, all is well. There is nothing to do. There is nowhere to be. There's no one to please. And just allow yourself to notice the breath, the inhale and the exhale. Good. So, as I said before at the beginning, we could take 10 minutes here, we could take 20 minutes here, we could take half an hour here. So if you do want to stay here longer, just set an alarm so you don't miss out on whatever you're supposed to be doing later. Or ideal opportunity to do this maybe before you go to bed. You can watch this again on replay and then head off to bed. So yeah, just if you are coming out of this now, just take a moment just to wriggle into the fingers, wriggle into the toes, hug the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a big hug, and then roll onto your side. So just find yourself lying on your side, pressing into the hands, coming all the way back up, sit, and then just rub those hands together. Just take a moment just to observe how you feel after that very short restorative yoga shape, just to give you a flavour of it, and then pop the warmth over the eyes. Take a moment to breathe in loving kindness for yourself, breathing out loving kindness, the whole world. And take a moment of gratitude for one thing in your life today. And let your hands rest down on your thighs. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for showing up for this restorative practice. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. If you want to have more of this kind of work, then there's lots of different ways you can access it through me. So feel free to contact me and I can discuss that with you, whether it's 10 minutes a day, once a week, or once a month, or whatever it might be, whatever you can fit into your schedule. There's ways of doing that. So if you feel like actually now is the time to look after yourself, maybe putting yourself first for a change, then feel free to contact me. So thank you very much, and bye for now.